to Smuglaroos. We're here. Smuglaroos is back in town. We're alive. And all you hear is our sounds on Broadway.
From R&B to hip-hop.
The story goes that on August 11th, 1973, DJ Kool Herc, a building resident, was entertaining at his sister's back-to-school party and tried something new on the turntable. He extended an instrumental beat, breaking or scratching to let people dance longer, breakdancing, and began MCing, rapping during the extended beat. And that's what initiated hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
Hippity hip hip.
That's crazy. I always thought that Russell Simmons started hip-hop.
Nope. He just was a accessory.
He was one of the pioneers.
He's a pioneer, right?
He's a pioneer.
He was pioneers to the hip hop we know.
Y'all ever seen a movie?
Which one?
Run DMC's?
Yeah, Run DMC movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I really thought hip-hop really started. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, y'all.
When they had the documentary of when Ice Cube's son doing the jump, and they try to make it seem like Eazy-E, they were the beginning of hip hop.
Yeah,
because they kind of mainstreamed it as well. They were icons. They were pioneers.
No, definitely hip hop has gone through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I think since the original conception of it, like
hip hop was started in New York.
The fact that this shit was like just in the backyard at a party.
Mm-hmm.
And niggas just started just battle rapping niggas. All right, cool, y'all got it.
After that, niggas was like, you know what? That shit sound crazy. We should start battle rapping, yo.
Let's make some more beats that sound fire.
Oh, actually, let's not even battle anymore. Let's just make our own beats on a song and actually create.
Let's just rap about dumb shit and just put it out to the public.
Yep, that's now though.
No, that was back then.
Nah.
I honestly don't know one Run DMC bar, but I'm.
You gotta think like
sure it was bullshit.
You gotta think like Rakim and them.
Rakim, I feel like
they was talking about struggles in the hood.
No problem.
Now we talk about the glorification of the hood.
The glorification of the struggle.
That's what I said. To me, they was putting out good music back then. Now we put out anything. It's just almost like to go back to the Disney point.
And apparently it's hip hop's 50th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah. So
thank God.
We just are celebrating that all around the DMV.
Gotta get the Aquafina out the shop.
Literally. Oh, damn. And the Polar Springs. And the damn Deer fucking Yark. Jesus Christ. But we gotta celebrate it because at the end of the day, it's entrenched in every black man's culture. At the end of the day, you don't really not see hip hop, even if you are one of those black people that like Hopskin and stuff.
Or like Drake only.
Yeah.
Or but that's the purpose of like music. It's subjective. It's it connects to people individually. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Drake is a mainstream artist, so anywhere in the world you would know somebody gonna know about Drake. Just like they knew back about Michael Jackson back in the day. Probably not as insane because imagine that Michael Jackson did it without social media.
Nothing.
People knew about him beforehand.
Yeah, he probably would have got more. Like what? He beating them boys? That shit would have been instant news back nowadays.
Man, what, bro?
That shit probably regular back then though. Everybody was beating kids for talent.
Man, what?
Telling you.
Well, 50th year anniversary of hip hop definitely marks a lot of achievements, right?
A lot of achievements, a lot of failures.
A lot of, corruption, a lot of conspiracies, a lot of everything about Illuminati.
A lot of telling.
A lot of business endeavors.
Yes.
A lot of empires that grown.
Oh yeah, and it has fallen.
Yes, definitely has fallen.
I remember when we was growing up, MMG used to really be an empire.
Well, Maybach Music.
Maybach Music Group.
I don't know what happened to it. They just
Think
stopped
about it.
They stopped pushing Wale and stuff. Meek
That's-
Mill kind of
Wale left. Meek Mill got with Jay-Z.
I feel like those was the rumors though. Like it was more so nobody was promoting each other's songs,
Right.
and they got mad at that.
Right.
Like don't quote me, but I think it was like Meek was mad that Wale didn't post one of his songs or something
like that.
was he was
It
in
was
jail.
the beginning of the end.
And then Rick Ross did nothing to intervene with that shit.
Not at all. He never does though.
He was on his Wingstop tip, but that's business.
But I mean, it's all about business people, man.
Business moves.
Like when you're a rapper, imagine you excelling in one part of your career, and the second part of your career you don't feel like rapping anymore. You might want to just invest in some businesses.
Of course, that's what you have to do.
And
you get old.
expand, because you don't have to rap every day if you are successful enough.
Of course.
But in terms of hip hop and artists, I know we talked about the top 50 from Billboard. We always shout out music, but in terms of, since this is like literally the day after or the day of, I don't know, it was Friday. We gotta talk about what artist and album excelled the culture. Imagine if an alien person came down here and was like, "Listen, just put a hip hop album."
Come on.
You said it was Friday.
Yeah.
So hip hop started 50 years ago on August 12th.
11.
Oh yeah, 11th at a nigga garage backyard party.
Yes.
Amazing. See what black people can do.
Just from nothing.
Just from, what's that called? Innovation.
Yeah.
He just innovated music.
Easy.
He like, you know what? You guys want to have a good vibe? Fuck it.
And they start really messing with it.
Y'all fuck with me, I fuck with y'all. And now you got people like No Cap and Rilo Rodriguez that can put metaphors to similes and make beautiful work of arts.
Definitely.
And it's like Young Boy, going crazy.
Great.
And you got Jay-Z at that point going crazy.
I feel like my thing with I think what we should talk about is what eras do y'all give people?
Oh, okay.
So let's start with what we would know, which is the 90s. Who do y'all think ran the 90s for hip hop?
Biggie and Pac.
Okay, you think?
I think it's a co-chair there. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say Biggie and Pac too. Even after they deaths, they ran that decade.
Yeah, they almost run everything now still.
So all right, but you got to choose one. I knew y'all was going to choose Biggie and Pac.
Okay, Biggie.
So you
I'll
think
choose
Biggie?
Pac, because
think Pac?
Pac really had an influence, and he was around longer than Biggie. Like good.
I would say I understand where you were coming from, but in terms of like hip hop, Biggie had the better flow, right? Pac was known to be an icon more than he was to most people as a rapper.
But again, flow is like mostly dictated on East Coast. West Coast rapping is more so storytelling. That's what I'm saying. Like you can compare the two, but that's what I say. It's hard to choose because both of them dominated in their own lane.
I see what you're saying.
And at the end of the day, they both helped each other into the great fallout.
I see. I always say Pac with the whole 90s decade, only because Pac was there longer.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm biased because Pac really was doing movies and he was really acting his ass
and then he pushed the culture.
And that's why I say Biggie, because it's like he really set up New York.
Yes.
definitely
like,
set up East Coast.
Like when people think about rap, it was the hemispheres, right? It was the West Coast, it was the East Coast, but the East Coast wasn't no really East Coast, it was New York.
Yes.
New York was that market, and then it was the South.
Yeah, right. Which was the last
2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we go to the next era.
So my thing is 2000 to 2010.
But it's kind of hard though because
2010.
But I think it's still kind of hard because you have Jay-Z, who was a 90s rapper, and then early 2000s he had some albums that dropped, but he didn't really dominate the decade like we would like to say he did.
So who would y'all want
say
first?
Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I mean, why don't you go first? You go first, motherfucker. So I don't get your answer.
I say Jay-Z.
You said Jay-Z.
I say
you say Lil Wayne.
2010.
I say. I'm gonna laugh at me. Listen, Eminem, bro.
Eminem ran it.
Eminem slash Kanye.
Okay.
It was those two guys I was gonna go with.
I forgot about it.
Ye won albums of the years, Grammys. Eminem went diamond, and he had dominant albums.
But those three alone, like the three we just named, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z,
Eminem,
transition, Eminem was the first white boy to do it good.
Yeah. Over here going toe to toe with Biggie, toe to toe with Jay-Z.
So
Renegade.
Of course, we know 10 to 20 who ran that. I guess we all
Drake.
Yeah, of course. So
That's
my
sad.
question,
Not really, because it's like, damn, he did it. Fuck
my
it.
question is, who runs the 30?
20 to 30s?
20 to 30.
Because you know,
So far.
yeah, 20 to 30.
So far.
Who's
Lil
going?
Baby.
You think Lil Baby?
Yes. Do I think yes? Because the fuck this nigga's everywhere making every good music.
No, bro.
Okay.
Lil Baby, people are starting to see the ripples in his foundation, but
No,
I'll give you what you're
but,
saying.
No, I get what you're saying. But thus far, Lil Baby has ran.
He came out 2018?
Something like that. He started getting hot 2018.
2018, right? So it's like
Maybe 2017.
So it's kind of like that Jay-Z run. To
Of
me.
course, they all going to have that.
Unless they are in the middle of the joint like Kanye or Eminem had it, but Eminem still dominated a decade ago. But in terms of like Kanye though, like he smack dab in 2000 or like T.I. Nelly, you know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers
They all in there, but they in the smack dab of the middle.
So it's like,
so who you think is about to run?
It's kind of
20
hard
to 30.
I mean,
right now we in 2023, so we only 3 years into 2020.
I mean, it's kind of hard to be 2020 hindsight if we're still in the midst of it all, right?
Okay.
But in terms of where I look at it, if we just came from a year 23 that no rap album or hip hop album went number one until Young Thug dropped, right? So it's like Drake, Young Thug, you know what I'm saying, Future, those guys are the hegemons right now. Kendrick and J. Cole, they've been on some chill shit. They've been in the back burner, the shadows of Drake since 2010 onward. So
Kendrick dropped something like what 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
Yeah, I mean, I listened
It was
to
solid.
it.
tried his
It was. We didn't win no album of the year, which he wanted. And
He
I know-
did.
and I wanted it for him too because that was a good album.
Didn't he win something for that joint though?
He wanted
Pulsar.
a Pulitzer, but yeah,
Pulitzer.
but that was for Damn, I think, or for
Was it?
to kill a butterfly.
No, it wasn't for
To
Damn. It might have been for Damn.
to pimp a butterfly.
It might have been for Damn, not for To Pimp a Butterfly.
I think it was Damn though.
It might have been Damn. He won the poster for.
But my thing is, that's insane that Kendrick can win a Pulitzer for an album,
Yes.
and we still give the reins to Drake because Drake is just more consistent. He does
That's why
more.
that was my logic with Jay-Z.
So
But my logic
Yeah.
is who ran it overall. Like who's in the media the most? Who's getting the most attention? Who's
Drake then.
who's everybody wants to be on everybody's song?
I mean, Drake is still a notable guy, but it's name recognition. You feel me?
You can say Drake, but even like we can see it now. Like Drake really
It's
good.
starting to.
Like his music is getting off to I'm really about to like pull away from this music stuff, y'all, and start doing other stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Like he still can create hits, but it's like his in between his hits is getting too crazy. Like we waiting 3-4 years for a new album.
I mean, it's still like,
You can't run a decade if you put out 2 albums a decade.
but it's the youth, right? We were just talking about off air about Ryan Holiday and Robert Grain. They say you're gonna be more creative outlet when you're a little younger, when you got a little bit more moxie.
Yeah.
Most rappers and most artists that we know, they go crazy the first couple of albums and they plateau, right? We can agree to that. Most of them do. Jay-Z, to your point, consistent. Even to this day, he drops something right now. You listen to it, you're like, damn. You feel me? 444 was a crazy ass album. Nonetheless, he don't do it as often as we would like for him to drop.
Do it.
Future the same. Like Future got 6 rings to most people's opinion, but he doesn't drop every year because he's already done that. Young Thug, he's in jail, but he's probably the most consistent. But you had a stint in jail. It's kind of hard for you to.
Mess his stuff
And
up.
like you said, Future, we can say it, but Future's like he's still in the game, but he got all his rings, so it's like he just playing it just for fun.
So I would say Young Boy, only because he drops the most highest volume, albums. He drops it. Dirk is a person that kind of comes second to him in terms of like how the much volume you're putting out. They want to be the next ones up. It kind of appears to be. That's why they got into a little quasi beef. But in terms of underground rappers, it's kind of more magnitude to say No Cap or Rallo if they continue to do their thing and blossom.
I agree with you with the Young Boy. I think Young Boy ran that 20 to 23, and I think he gonna run from 23 to 30 because now he about to go pop.
You see that song he dropped from I Love Makona?
Exactly. So now he's about to put his full footsteps in the pop now, and you
on
know
y'all
what?
niggas' necks, and his toenails painted.
Yes.
And it still cranks. It's still motherfucking cranks, man.
Definitely do. That's why I say leave him alone, y'all. He can do whatever he wanted with
At
his
this
life.
point.
And I mean, hip hop culture has. We just named a lot of people. I'll say 50 Cent too is an honorable mention.
Oh, motherfucker, go ahead.
Who y'all favorite album?
Yeah, so if they came down, they wanted to listen to an album. That's the question I asked. What album would y'all but give them?
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
Okay, what would you? I was thinking that too.
I would honestly.
So before TJ answered that question, I did want to say I love hip hop because it brings and connects people. You know what I'm saying? Fundamentally.
For sure.
When I came into the area, I was listening to everything but hip hop for real. I was listening to hip hop, you know, I got the little glimpses of it growing up for real.
Fuck, would you listen to country, nigga?
No, like Africa.
Everything.
Yeah,
African
everything
music.
but
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to get into the African music.
Afro
too.
beats and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Before Afro beats was a thing for real, like Sonny Bobo and all on High Life. And then, you know what I'm saying, like my mother was, you know, classical music and shit, you know what I'm saying? A little rock. And 97.1 was the FM, you know, Wash FM type shit. I was a little kid who was in the driver's seat. I wasn't in the driver's seat though.
I wasn't in the driver's seat though.
So when I'm over here, I'm just spitballing. But in terms of what I'm really getting down to it, when I got to this area though, this nigga TJ put me on a lot of the music that I was listening to back in the day. So oftentimes when it comes to hip hop, I just defer to Rob and TJ because they kind of are more tapped into it more, you know, long term than me. Now, granted, I did listen to some like rap music growing up, but it wasn't somebody like, you know what I'm saying? I was a kid listening to that. I was outside, like we was literally outside.
Plus, I used to love hip
This
hop.
man kicks it with local rappers, y'all. I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
He's on his local type of time.
Yeah, now I'm tapped in. But go ahead, TJ. What is your album that you would turn Alien on to?
I'm still thinking about that, but part of me really wants to say,
Oh, an Alien?
yeah, Alien.
Yeah, still Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's a good one, right? I like that one. I ain't mad.
Part of me-
niggas want to kill me.
Part of me
Play
really
Man,
want to
21
say,
Questions.
I'm saying. TJ is pondering. I got one off the chamber.
I want to say AT Aliens. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I need y'all to understand that we know about y'all, number one. Number two, I need y'all to understand that we smart. Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, fucking Andre 3000 got verses on that junk that's like next level, like damn.
Galactic.
And then Big Boy talking about I'm colder than a polar bear's toenail. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's that junk is insanity.
It's dumb for real, yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna, but I also could put on the Kanye. You see what I'm saying?
Which
Late
one would you go?
registration.
Late registration. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, that also proves the same thing, except if you go back. So basically, I'm not telling them, oh, we know you here, because you know Kanye got stuff that he got aliens, like Graduation.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm going to make you go ahead and do some research on Ye. Because at the end of the day, let's see if you really going to like hip-hop or not. But I know I'll probably put on AT Aliens for him, because at the end of the day, it's like, we know about y'all, first off. And then second off, this is how we get down with music.
Okay, but in terms of like, if you say one of the best rap albums, what would you rank that? Like, what would you? But ATL Aliens.
Oh, it's in my top 20. It ain't that.
Top 5.
So it's not.
So what about?
Aliens is not that
What about Get Rich
crucial.
or Die Trying? Would that be?
Oh,
your
that's top 10.
Yeah.
So that'd be.
That Child might be top 5 album for me.
Like,
So okay, so let me just rephrase the question then, because that is a great answer to the question that I posed, and that was a question that was posed in Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne was talking about some Jeezy, and
You gonna play Jeezy for that? They're gonna kill you.
like what?
What are you doing? This is
Right.
why I hope aliens meet the right person.
so I'm glad.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm glad you actually did a little better than Charlamagne when it came to that answer, because that was an amazing answer, honestly.
No bullshit.
Because I was gonna go over Rob, and I was gonna say, yeah, just any. I would say Graduation, Kanye. Fuck, you don't even gotta do Late Registration.
Like for real, you can
But-
pick does any of the top 10
Yeah.
common rap albums, and I bet you an alien will fuck with it.
'Cause
AT Aliens, fair enough.
100%.
Them niggas have no choice but to fuck.
100%. And honestly, bro, once you said that, I was like, damn, I should just do Man on the Moon from Kid Cudi, because that was an amazing album too. Day and night.
You gotta have something that appeal
shit
to
was-
them.
yes,
Like,
bro.
all right, I understand what you're talking about on this album here.
I'm saying, but would you put a YoungBoy album? To
No,
No.
they gonna
I
kill
would-
me.
Would you
Nah,
put a
not
what
bad.
album of YoungBoy would you put in your top 10, top 20?
Oh, in top 10, top 20.
Would you do that though?
If does YoungBoy make a top 10 of my albums?
No.
I don't think he does.
Damn, TJ over here running through the catalog
No, he don't.
Yeah, I don't even listen to him that much.
to say that his album is top 10.
His best one to me is the Joan where what's that Joan? Oh my God, the AI YoungBoy 2, is that Joan where he behind bars?
Yeah.
That's to me his best jump, and his best album is his first one still to me. He still haven't topped his first album.
Does Drake crack that top 10?
The Drake album.
He does. He does.
I'm sorry, like you gotta put Drake.
Nothing was the same as in my top 10.
Nothing was the same for enough.
I have to put it in.
I'm not mad at it because it starts off with Tuscan Leather.
It's a complete album.
When you start off like that and end like that,
I
that's
don't
just
care what
insane.
nobody say. If niggas want to know how to make albums, just go to that one. Just go to that one. Just go to that one. It got everything. First, it got skits. Number one. Second, it's got the crazy intro.
Yes.
Third, it's got lost vocals. Fourth, it's got lost verses. Fifth, it's got crazy outro. Sixth, crazier features. What else do you need in an album? You got 15 songs, condensed, sweet, not too long, not too short. It's not giving you 20, it's not giving you 9, it's giving you 15. So just in case 11 wasn't enough, here's 3 more, and it's not a bonus. It's the actual 15.
That's cool.
That's fire.
See, that's why I love Take Care, but Take Care is a long, drawn-out album.
Are we going to, before we continue this, is Frank Ocean an R&B singer? Do we give him
Yes.
R&B? All right, so Frank Ocean, back to the R&B. Frank Ocean adds to that list.
Yes.
But in terms of Drake, bro, honestly, bro, it's not been an album I just hated from him. Not just say tolerate. I can tolerate
I
it.
can tolerate all of them.
But in terms of just not hating.
That's true.
This album's out here from notable artists that I just hate it. I'm like, bro, this doesn't even make sense.
Like why you put this out?
Why you put this out, bro?
I ain't gonna say no names.
Oh, we're not gonna say no names.
Like Drake, like his shit has regressed, but it hasn't regressed to the point where it's like boo.
And the closest thing I would say
It's
that
like-
I almost hated was Diamonds Dancing and The Future.
That's what I'm saying. It's like all right, this is not what I
Or
expected.
21 Savage.
But I
That
still
last
fuck
album
with it.
Yeah, that album with 21 Savage, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it
that's what I said. It had a couple of songs. I was like, yeah, this shit crank, but as an album, I was like,
It wasn't like we was younger.
yeah, bro. Not like nothing was the same. It was not the same.
nothing.
Like even just to, if you're reading this, it's too late.
So Drake got an album in the top 10. What about Eminem?
I would say Eminem don't crack my top 10, but only because it's my top 10. To me, if you have a top 10 list and you naming notable albums, you gotta have one of M's, and it's probably Curtain Call.
That's the one with the red curtains on.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dumb thing to be saying, but yes, that was actually a good album.
You gotta have Curtain Call.
Right.
Not in my top 10, because at the end of the day, my top 10 is my favorite Jones.
But Relapse is also fire.
Relapse, yes, to Tone's point, that's fire.
Yeah, but in terms of Kanye West, he makes the top 10.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, mostly a couple Kanye albums they talk about.
Damn, maybe his whole discography for real.
Bro, people sleep on how great Ye made music.
Yeah.
He made music great again.
Like, to me, Jay-Z got a couple in there in my top 10. Nas got one. Then Kanye got a couple.
Drake.
And then Drake.
Drake got a couple.
So Lil Wayne doesn't make your top 10.
No, not no more.
Oh, shit, Carter 3.
Carter 2.
To me, I'm breaking it down.
Or 3 is also fire.
Like shit pushed it out for you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
that's
when
what I'm saying.
Like when Steph wins a ring, do you say Wilt Chamberlain is in his position now? No, like he's over Wilt now.
Yeah.
Like you can respect times changing.
That's why I said, like, Jay-Z got 3 for me.
Top 10.
Top 10.
All right, so let's just count it out. So top 3. All right, so Jay-Z got 3 of them.
Jay-Z got Reasonable Doubt for me.
I say okay. I got 3 down. All
and
right,
my favorites.
and then what's the?
Blueprint 1,
Okay.
Black Album.
All right, what's the other guy?
Then Kanye,
Got how many?
Graduation, Late Registration, and then
Dropout, college dropout.
College Dropout.
So that's 3 for Kanye and 3 for.
You know what I'm
That's so
saying?
you got 4 more.
But real quick, I'm already done with 4.
Yeah, so you got Drake, with Nothing Was the Same.
Right.
You had Nas in there.
You got
Nas,
Nas.
Illmatic.
And then what else?
Then my other 2 would probably have to be like Rob said, 50 Cent.
50 Cent. Okay.
I got one. You see what I'm saying? I
So
got
what's the
one
what's the
more.
one more you gonna
It's
put?
not Wayne. That's my.
You're a biggie. Fuck is they
It's
talking
J.
about?
Cole.
Oh, which
Fair
one?
enough.
Forest Hill Drive?
No, the second album.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That shit.
Y'all know
Training
that,
Day.
y'all know I'm not about to skip that.
Yeah, that shit is now over motherfucking Lil Wayne 5 man.
I'm not, but to me though, my favorite, if I'm going like, if I got J. Cole's that album, second album, and then I got the Carter 2, which would be my favorite fucking Lil Wayne album. I'm picking the Cole. Because at the end of the day...
Over Kendrick, though. I thought you like Kendrick.
Bruh.
You like Good City, Mad Kid?
I told you how I be feeling about Kendrick.
I know.
His music didn't age well to me. Except for To Pimp a Butterfly.
I see it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite albums.
To Pimp a Butterfly aged lovely.
All right.
I already knew it was going to age lovely, but that rest of that stuff is bubblegum pop stuff. I hate it. Now.
Yeah.
Bubblegum pop stuff.
What about the fashion, though?
Oh, yeah.
Rob, did you want to talk about your top 10 before we get to fashion?
Nah, bro.
I mean, TJ kind of encompassed all of our points.
Yeah, all the points of the fucking top 10. Like,
There's some variations, maybe.
And I feel like all the albums he put on the list had everything. Like, skits in the album actually made... Because I feel like nowadays, people just put out songs.
Bullshit.
After song, after
They don't,
song.
like, the skits, like Broke Five Broke and
We ain't got it.
Late Registration. That
Thank
shit,
you.
like, gave you a break from music.
Thank you.
Put it in different contexts, like...
Even the Rick Ross.
It's
Remember with Chris
storytelling.
Tucker?
Yes.
Exactly. Like, I mean, Chris Rock. At the end of the day, it's like people want something else. You got to be more creative than just putting music on top of other music on top of other music.
Just because you can.
Exactly.
I would, yeah.
An artist that do that now is Benny. Benny the Butcher does skits.
Right.
And which is why I will listen to him, because I see that you putting the extra effort into your music, even though you're old nigga. And you know better.
The Griselda guys do that.
Yeah.
Not just him. But
Yeah, it's not just him. You're right.
And also, like, I would give a shout out, because my thing is hip hop is just not monolithic, quite frankly. You got people like Val, or whatever y'all want to call him.
Right.
I'll fuck with him. Miami, you remember them Jones? The little alternative rap is what they call it
Right.
on Apple Music. But you got those, you know, kind of on the edge, like Tyler the Creator, who's still edgy, but he's mainstream.
But
and
that-
he's talented.
Right there, that to me is where I go. Hip hop is creating something else. Like now, it ain't hip hop no more.
But
It's something else.
But it's just like rhythm and blues isn't just rhythm and blues. It's country. It's, you know, pop. It's under that umbrella. Of R&B. And that's why they allow Michael Jackson.
And to me, we need to
Beyonce do
find
that.
something for what's the new hip hop. I don't know what we should call it, but to me, we need to find another classification of genre for street music now and the new hip hop music. That's like pop
it's
music
called
coming
trap
up.
music. So trap music is that, and then you got contemporary hip hop.
I get trap music,
You-
but
you-
trap
You
music,
try to coin it as contemporary hip hop.
it's like more so. It's not.
SoundCloud rap. What do you want me to say?
It's like almost SoundCloud rap, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, trap music is T.I. We grew up off trap music, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Let's be
Gucci-
honest.
Gucci
These
Mane,
niggas
too.
that's rapping now,
Yeah.
like Gucci Man. That's
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? That's trap music.
Chief
Nowadays, that it don't sound like that no more.
Yeah,
They got something way
Because
different.
like,
Like, even
that
that,
new beats though.
Exactly.
You got like the 808s, and then you got the beat, the Jones Nine.
like think about a song like that Young Nudie had pop, pop, pop,
Mm-hmm.
pop, and that's not working where we from. Like when our generation was growing up, that song not working.
Yeah.
You need more than just pop, pop, pop. Everybody listening to the radio like,
What do we listen to?
what the
fuck
hell
is
is
this?
this?
Right.
Turn that shit off.
Nowadays we like, oh, that don't crank, because we didn't have other music like it to fail, and now that
That's
don't
just something. The standard is so low that we're just accepting the bare minimum.
It's like a win is a win.
Exactly. A
Right.
win. That's the type of music we make now. A win is a win.
This one wasn't an F, so we gonna pass you.
Yeah, bubblegum music.
Man, but that's why you go to fashion, Rob. So to talk to us, what did you had a question?
Nah, just a quick question about the eras in fashion, because like fashion eras in hip hop, because each hip hop kind of has
They
different
own.
different things. I'm saying you can go old school with, like we said at first, running DMC, LL Cool J,
Yeah.
when they was really dressing like fucking.
Kango hats and everybody got
Yeah, Kango hats and tracksuits.
The tracksuits.
Soldier Boy.
So Soulja
Big,
Boy era, big t-shirts.
big t-shirts.
Big remember oh my god. Y'all remember they used to turn their jerseys around
Yeah.
and
On
wear
some
the shit
crisscross.
backwards?
On some crisscross. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I
This-
always say the best generation of fashion is us.
Oh yeah.
We wear fitted clothes. It wasn't that hard.
some people would say it's too fitted though. Like a lot
No,
of
those
people.
are skinny jean era. That
Yeah,
was a
see,
skinny jean
that's the
era.
thing.
That was like
we,
the early
we not gonna act like that
2010s.
wasn't high school.
That
for
is
us.
our era, technically.
But we
But-
manifested it. We evolved it, bro.
But to me, fashion dictates two eras. So basically, we still is technically in hip hop right now. Now, when we get about 35, 36, then we like, all right, generation done for us. Now it's a whole nother generation of nigga. Now we still a little young. So at the end of the day, we still classify. Now, skinny jeans era was a horrible era for niggas.
But honestly, that was high school.
Period.
That was high school, though.
And that's my thing. To me, I will say, though, was the skinny jean era worse than baggy clothes era?
Yes.
I think so as well.
Because at the end of the day, baggy clothes actually like made sense and was comfortable.
It's very comfortable.
Skinny jeans, but your balls in the splinter.
And your thighs chafe.
I'm fucking with that shit.
Shit was leggings for men.
Yes.
Bro. Then they had the rompers, and then we had to say, okay, we have to reset the culture.
Yeah, we reset after
We
that.
reset the
definitely
rompers.
Once the rompers came,
I forgot about the rompers.
They said, all right, y'all gotta figure this shit out.
once the rompers came, real niggas was like, hold on, we not wearing that. Hey, take them skinny jeans off, fool. Right now, we about to go and get some Marys,
There you
bro.
go, relax,
Man, what?
relax fit.
Relax
Give me
fit
some
jeans,
ice
bro.
cream. Right, give me some ice cream
What was
jeans.
Pharrell wearing in
Some
them
$1 billion
those
boy
in that
gloves.
Snoop Dogg video, bro?
Some 501s
Yeah,
and shit.
But honestly, I got Cameron too. Like Cameron, he had a little, impact on that shit.
course.
Oh
too.
yeah, definitely.
Kanye
With
had
the
some-
Averex jackets,
Kanye
and then
got
Conrad
all-
with the polos.
Kanye with the Yeezys.
Kanye inspired our whole jump.
That's
And when you
insane.
talk about Kanye and hip hop, like it's crazy that he's not mentioned or the light that we talk about him now, like he didn't impact our culture so
Yes.
much.
It's all with the A word though. Anti-Semitic.
But real quick though, real quick,
Wrong.
Kanye influenced to me the DMV heavy too though. Because think about what we wore in high school, what he wore on College Dropout.
No, because guess what?
Polo shirt.
I'm sorry,
Bro.
I went to a city school. We had to wear uniforms in high school.
I mean,
We did too.
but
he had
think about
some
what you
accessories.
wore out of.
Damn.
Yeah,
All right,
but
fair
think
enough.
about what you wore out of high
Yeah, we
school.
got
You
spanked,
still
bro.
wore. Everybody wanted the Ralph Lauren shirt when we was a youngin'.
Everybody wanted polos.
Everybody needed polo shirts.
Hugo Boss polos.
Hugo Boss polo jeans,
Those
cool
glasses.
shoes, glasses. Everybody was on Kanye fashion.
But it's because of my fault, Rob. Because he grew up in Chicago, but he had a family out in Tacoma Park, Maryland.
Right.
Then he came down and he got most of his fashion sense from his uncle's fucking side of the family in DMV. So honestly, yeah, we was on his fashion, but he was here first. That's what we do here. My fault, Rob.
Nah, go ahead. I was about to say, it's funny you asked an old head. They said, yeah, niggas went from wearing Coogee to motherfucking polos and Heartbeat. Shit was overnight.
I'm telling you.
Phone posits ran all this shit.
Phone
yeah,
pos- we was really wearing polos with phone posits.
This shoot,
Can y'all just... We not here to talk
we was
about it.
young. All
And
right.
that's not hip hop influence.
We not. That's just DC influence. We was
Well,
dumb.
yeah, that's how it, down below, leave y'all top 10 albums, top 10 favorite hip hop rappers,
You already know,
top
yeah.
10 favorite fashion eras.
Please.
Old fashioned areas in
Interact.
America. You feel me?
Interact.
South, West Coast, East Coast.